What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal.
Opinionated, outspoken, informative. The Jaguar Journal. Your source for the latest information on Southern University sports and SWAC athletics. A Baton Rouge sports talk tradition.
It is the Jaguar Journal. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hope you're having a great weekend. Perry White, Brandi B here.
And Mike in the building.
Mike in the building. Of course, Mike is the only person who knows how to hit that horn just right whenever we say Brandi B Harris. So good morning to everybody. Hope you guys have had a great week. It's officially getting rock and rolling in summer. It is June.
Yeah. You sound like you need some coffee this morning.
No, I don't. Well, I don't drink coffee.
Okay.
It's the summer, man. You know, I'm like the kids. Oh, I got to get up today. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Now I'm good.
Okay.
It's just, I'm getting cranked up. You know, when you first start that lawnmower, the smoke come out in the beginning. Then by the time you get to pushing that thing.
Crank. You need a little slow crank.
Yeah, the same way with like a grill. When you, especially with that charcoal.
Yeah.
It seems like the grill get its best once you done cooking. And you go back and you look at it like, damn, I could put anything on there right now. Literally anything.
It's good. What I will always say, we're cooking with hot grease now.
Cooking with hot grease.
It takes a little while for the grease to warm up.
That's it.
Know?
I just take a little while this morning. It's just, I got my daughter, so.
How has that been?
It's been great, so my mom's in town, kids, so my house is not my house right now.
It's a much louder than you're probably used to.
Well, not necessarily that.
But the energy is a different kind of energy.
I'm just getting pulled everywhere. So, and I'm trying to just make sure everybody good. Okay. All right. So, yeah. This is my little break this morning. Because when I leave here, we're going swimming. So, I got to get my day going.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because today's going to be a hot one. It's going to be triple digit. It's going to feel like triple digits.
And that's why we're going this morning, because I'm not going to be out there 12, 1, 2 o'clock. I just can't do it.
Can't do it?
I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely start early, but I always wake up pretty early.
Yeah.
And then
of course you do.
We got to I have to take a break. When we're doing like beach vacation, we'll do beach or pool in the morning, like after breakfast, enjoy it until midday-ish, have lunch, take a break.
Because you may need a nap.
I'm big on decompressing, whether that's letting my son sit and just kind of play his Switch for a little while or watch TV for a little while. Maybe we take a nap.
Yeah.
Then, once it's later in the afternoon, maybe we go back.
Yeah, that pool
and do it again.
plus the heat, It will drain you.
Oh, yeah.
And you
So make sure you are staying hydrated. Make sure y'all are staying hydrated.
Yeah, I will be. It ain't gonna be water though.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's not good.
It is good.
The sun drains that too.
That's okay.
The sun drains that too.
That's why we say we doing it. We're gonna go chill out. Then we're gonna go to that Battle of the Bands later in Opelousas.
Okay.
So we're gonna have Justin Patterson come on and talk to us about that Summer Jam Battle of the Bands over in Opelousas. Are you gonna be able to go today?
I don't know, but we're gonna be going to see my in-laws out there in Washington, so we'll be in that neck of the woods.
Is that near Opelousas?
Yes, that's only a few minutes. It's
Okay.
St. Parish, it's St. Landry Parish.
So yeah, it doesn't
right
start till 6 o'clock this evening. And the good thing about it is he said to try to help alleviate the heat for a lot of people, especially kids, older people.
Yep, sun will be going down.
Mhm.
Perfect timing.
So, and then on my way, I stop and eat the stuff that you're not supposed to eat in the
Billy's
sun. I'm going to stop and get some chicken crackling.
from Billy's, or are you going to go to one of those other places?
Well, I ain't saying none of their names until they
Okay.
want to give us an endorsement.
Endorsement?
Yeah, we need something, But I'm stopping along that way somewhere to get some of that. And I asked my mom, because I told you last time she got on me about it, why you didn't get more. So I said, are we stopping to get that? She said, yep. So I guess that's what we're doing. So how's your week been?
It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
This was my first full week. I took some extended time off for vacation.
Uh-huh.
So this was my first full week back at things, and my backyard is nice and set up. So I've been spending a lot of time outside and, just getting
Your
chilling,
Mother Nature
just
on?
chilling. Yeah, really
Yeah.
just relaxing, since we don't have to be on such a tight schedule with school being out for the little ones.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about it. And a lot of people out there, hey, keep them refrigerators stocked. I'm telling them, kids can eat. They grow another stomach in the summer. I don't know where that stomach come from, but they grow another stomach, and then it just seems like they hungry all the time, or I don't know. Make sure they read a book or something. It ain't always about the games,
Oh yeah, no, we're reading a lot of. My son likes Captain Underpants, so it's like it's called a graphic novel, but it's just a little kid book. But he loves it, so we've got the whole series, and we are on part 2 of one book. We're trying to spend at least 20 minutes, and I do it real easy, parents. I literally turn the timer on my phone on my watch, and I do 20 to 30 minutes. 20 minutes, and then once that time is wrapped, if we're in a part of the book that we want to keep going, we'll read it a little bit more. But it's fun. I find ways to try to make it fun, that we're all having a good time. I just love that I don't have to be stuck on, got to get to the carpool line in the afternoon.
I feel you on that. Then I also make sure you get the kids cardio. They be stuck in the house all day.
Yeah.
Take them to the pool. Make sure they know how to swim.
Ride a bike.
Yeah, go for a walk, Get them outside, give them a ball, give them
skating,
a
skateboard,
a scooter,
yeah,
something.
we do all that, yeah.
Because I'm telling you, that pent up energy. See, what I do, I wear them out. We go walk first. I wake everybody up. So today, everybody get to chill. But I'm up about 5, 6 o'clock every day anyway. So you hear me rambling, moving through the house. Okay, if you wake up, so be it, right? I'm one of the ones, I don't care, right? If y'all hear me, it is what it is. About 7 o'clock, I come in there, I hit everybody. You get hit in the head with pillows in my house. That's how you wake up. Okay. That's when my daughter said, no good morning, no nothing. I said, nope, life come at you fast sometimes. You just got to be ready. She thought it was funny. So she gets up, we go for a walk. Let's go. Let's get the cardio, get the blood flowing. Give us the time to enjoy the early morning, talk, laugh, whatever. Then we hit the pool. And so my son I call him Aquaman. He loves swimming. He's a great swimmer. So before he gets to do anything in the pool, I tell him I need 6 laps, front to back. 1 is going down and back. So he hit his 6, but the whole thing is just to get that energy out. Go ahead and, get the energy out, and then you can play, do everything. Then we're done. Time to go back in, take shower, baths, whatever, to get the chlorine and everything off. We're eating before I know that everybody kind of, as soon as I see they like that, I'm like, nope, we finna go do something else. Let's go. So just kind of keep it going to about once dinner time, about 6 o'clock. I know everybody's wore out. They sick of me at that point. I just want to sit and watch TV or play the game or read a book, whatever. That's when I know I did a good job that day. So that's typically how I try to do it. With me, I wear you out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm right back up 5 o'clock the next day ready to do it again with them. So, yeah, they be sick of me. I'll be sick of me too. Yeah.
Well, we like day camps.
Yeah.
we like the weekly day camps. Dad does drop off, Mama does pick up. We'll all go do something fun after and do that every day, try to get some of that energy out. And then, of course, I love a little trip. I love a little time off, a little staycation, a little vacation. especially because it's so hot. Sometimes you just gotta break away from the Louisiana heat and enjoy something different.
I'm telling you, last week I was at the 707 officiating. I'm standing next to one of the coaches, and I said it out loud, but I didn't realize. I said, man, I just felt like it just got hotter. And the coach looked at me. He said, man, I thought I was tripping. It felt like somebody, you know, when you can literally feel somebody turn the notch up.
Yeah.
I felt it. I was like, damn, it just.
It's that time of the year, y'all. It is that time of the year.
It is that time of the show. We got to get ready to take a break, everybody. So let's take one, pay some bills. We'll come back and continue the conversation. More of the Jaguar Journal.
Danny Johnson, first and foremost, outstanding young man, great character, great young man. Can't say enough about him. Great father. You always see him, you know, hanging around with his son and spending time with his son and his family. As a player, I can't say enough about him. He has all the athletic ability that you would want in a kid with playing corner, the footwork, speed, all the intangibles.
You know, I have a good work ethic. You know, it's been a lot of times, you know, in the off season, I gotta just push myself to go work out. You know, even if nobody else was out there, just to, you know, get an extra push when we get back into the season. You know, because I always wanted to have that edge over everybody else. So, you know, it's just that mindset that I have. You know, I want to be one of the best. So, you know, I gotta push myself. You know, if anybody else does. And it's like a lot of stuff that I want to do with my son that I can't do because I'm playing ball. So my biggest return to him is just, you know, having him come to games on Saturday. And, you know, he can see his father play in front of, you know, thousands of people. You know, it makes him happy. So whenever he's happy, I'm happy. But just when I get the chance to just go home and, you know, hear everything, you know, he's been doing in school and, you know, what he likes and doesn't like, you know, it just brings me back to that fatherhood of just being around him, and that's what I like to do. You know, I put academics over football because, you know, I can't play football forever. You know, at some point, you know, I'm going to have to rely on that degree. So, you know, that's my biggest thing, and that's one reason why I came to Southern, to get that degree. So I set myself up to where I'll be able to graduate right after the season. So if football doesn't work out for me, I can always come back and go to grad school. So, you know, education is a big thing for me.
Danny Johnson put Southern University on a, you know, national stage. Obviously, everybody knows about Jag Nation and Southern University, but you'll see Danny Johnson playing on Sunday one day, and he'll be able to be an ambassador, you know, for the university.
What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal. We are back. It is the Jaguar Journal. Perry White, Brandi B here in the studio.
Good morning.
They still trying to get me to blow the whistle. That was just a one-time thing. That was
it was
that's
not.
rare
No,
when I
it's
wear
not.
an officiating shirt to work.
No,
so,
it's not a one-time
this
thing.
one, so,
We'll wait until the 8 o'clock hour.
Or wait till one day, maybe during football season, and maybe I may walk in here with a football shirt on just for y'all. Yeah, I do it just for y'all one day. That's gonna be a rare thing, but you can have your horn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have your horn.
Well, it's a very busy weekend. Juneteenth weekend, Father's Day weekend.
It is.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to make a final decision on what I'm gonna get my husband tomorrow.
See, I'm not even gonna go down this route. Cause see, those Mother's Day gifts be solidified.
No, they absolutely.
They be
okay,
solidified.
that's not true. Everybody who's married knows their husband waits till the day till I'm going to because I literally just had this conversation. Yeah, because I'm a woman who talks to other wives.
Everybody.
Yeah, I talk to other wives. So a lot of husbands have a lot of the same behaviors, and they go.
You talk to all the wives.
It is the day before. It is Christmas Eve. It is the Saturday before Mother's Day. You kind of get used to that fact that they They be waiting till the last minute.
That Father's Day, I guess.
They all be in the store looking the same way, trying to figure out what they about to pick up.
Father's Day, it's okay if it's just not that important to everybody, But Father's Day is a great day. It's an honorable day.
Who said it wasn't important?
Just listen to me.
Yeah,
because you just said everybody. So hold on. Let me get this out this morning. For all the fathers out there, right? It's our day.
Yeah.
It's our day.
First of all, I did this yesterday morning on WBRZ. Shout out to my dad, to my grandfather, to my uncle, my parent, my husband, my father-in-law. I've got some amazing, amazing men in my life who have been, and we take care of them. We're going to have a good time for Father's Day, as always.
I'm just speaking for the rest of them out there. The fathers out there in the world. Mm-hmm. Shout out to y'all for all that y'all do. All that we do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It don't always necessarily go our way, but sometimes we just got to push through and keep going. You just keep making sure you put them kids first. You keep being a good influence to the kids, and you give them that fatherly role. Sometimes as a father, it's tough love. I don't take it easy on them. It's tough love. Rather I teach it than the world teach you, but nonetheless, whether you with the child's mother, you're married, divorced, whatever the case may be, or just made something after one good night of fun, just make sure you're always there for the kids. That's all. And happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Because you can make kids all type of ways. You can be married. You can just have went out for fun last night.
Listen, the men in my life are fathers in many different ways. And we are all, they have been the best father figures I could have ever asked for ever.
It's easy to make a kid. It's the actual father part, and then for some of y'all out there who may have found out you're not the father, Murray. Good
but that's why I said
that's
people
a great
like,
show.
Well,
I
that's
used to
why
love
I
that
said
show.
People like uncles and grandfathers. There's a lot of people who are surrogate dads, just friends of the family, mentors. There's a lot of ways you can influence people in their upbringing and in their life.
As a young lady, what did your dad growing up? Was your dad a hero to you? Was he like your hero?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Still to this day. My mother-in-law once said Brandy's dad would drive across the country for her. He sure would. Mm-hmm. He sure would. Still to this day, when I need help fixing things, I have lots of projects. I'm always doing stuff. Dad, I need you to bring that edger. I need you to bring your big, tall ladder. Mm-hmm. And he's going to help me with,
It's
projects.
always one phone call away.
One phone call away.
How was it when it was time to drop you off at college?
My parents aren't like that.
Well, I'm asking, Dad. We don't know your parents. So,
no. I mean,
Dad, because
I think you got
as
this
a young lady.
One, you left a state and came to another state. Mm-hmm. That wasn't my experience.
But you still get dropped off.
But I was right down the street, and I lived at home. So
you didn't stay on campus?
No, I don't have. So
mind,
I don't have
never
that
mind.
same experience, and
You get what I'm talking about? Yeah, I thought you. Hey, we at the dorm. We got the.
My
the
dad
truck.
was the assistant principal at my high school. Shout out to Santa Ma. I'm very close to my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother. I never missed none of his football games. My dad was all about my whole family. From my grandpa. Rest in peace to my grandfather. All about family.
What was college like staying at home?
College?
I'm asking. Like, I don't
Cheaper.
know. Cheaper, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was fun, though. It was fine.
Okay. That's new. That's kind of, I thought you stayed on campus.
Yeah, no, I had a car, so I drove.
You were a commuter?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't know.
So, the fathering part to me was well before college, though.
I keep getting a text. They saying the volume is very low, Mike. They say the volume is very low. So see if we can try to fix it. And that's someone that's listening over in Houston. My boy Thomas White. So it says low. So.
But it's also Juneteenth weekend, too.
Yeah.
Which I've been very confused about that because Juneteenth is the official holiday not till Wednesday, the 19th. But we're calling this Juneteenth weekend, I guess because it's the weekend before. It's just because it falls in the middle of the week. That's strange to me. Just like 4th of July weekend, it's on a Thursday, but it would technically be the weekend before, which is not even July yet.
Is it going to be the weekend before?
Well, I think that's how it goes, that it's the weekend before a holiday that you call it the weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not the weekend out.
Yeah, MLK Day. But see, some of those make sense because those holidays are on. I don't know. I've been thinking about this all week.
Has this been bothering you?
Not has. I guess because it feels like we're going to have so many days to commemorate Juneteenth.
Well, that's good.
Which is great.
Yeah.
No complaints.
And listen, all right, I know the station that we own is not the largest or the biggest African American population that listens to this station, right? Typically, you get a lot more conservative viewpoints and conservative listenership on Talk 107. But listen, Juneteenth is a special time, especially when you talk about American history, when you talk about what it means for African American people in this country. But it often just gets overlooked, just jumped over, and more in particular by our own people who will go look. Because Cinco de Mayo be jumping.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to challenge that. There are so many Juneteenth events happening this weekend.
But the excitement is not the same excitement that I see when everybody is looking forward to those Cinco de Mayo events. I mean, it is a completely different feel. It feels like we all about to get together and go hang out and go kick it when it comes to Cinco de Mayo. When it comes to Juneteenth, you don't feel like that same energy. Like, I've been to plenty of Juneteenth events in my lifetime, especially Arkansas, around Arkansas. They celebrated heavily from the small towns to big time events in Little Rock. So, and then just growing up, in my household, it was always taught who you are, your history, the things that, your people have dealt with, just history and just being understanding of you as a person and your color and your background. So it was understood, but then I realized everybody else didn't quite understand it the same way. And so if I was to talk about it or express it, especially growing up, I thought a lot of younger kids growing up I had identified with it and knew what it was, and I realized they did not. And even as I got older, I realized a lot of people did not quite identify with it the same way that I thought they would. But especially now that I'm older and, you get to that party stage in life where you see people who like to find reasons to hang out. That Cinco de Mayo, my God, it's just another world. So I want to see that same energy when it comes to a holiday that represents us because it is our freedom.
Well, just to touch on that really quick, I definitely agree with you. But I think up until recently, when it became an actual federal holiday, it was a regional celebration. Texas, Arkansas, that West Louisiana, some areas celebrated Juneteenth. But now that it is a federal holiday, I think over the years we're going to see it grow more. There's so many events this weekend, I'm shocked, right around here in the capital region that, we're going to get there.
And that's what I say. The events are never the problem because people going to always put on the events. It's the attendance to the events. And it's the excitement around the events. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying people aren't celebrating it. People aren't putting forth the effort.
Yeah, I'm
Where's
saying that's
the energy
going to
and
come.
excitement?
I'm saying I think that's going to grow over time.
It better.
Yeah, I think that's going to grow over time. As you see more and more events and people recognize and get more, I think it's going to grow over time.
Yeah, don't overlook it. And then do your history. Understand the importance of Juneteenth and the reason.
Emancipation Day, right.
Right, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that people let that resonate with them and have an understanding of what that means in terms of people being freed from slavery. Now, there may be a certain population of the United States, maybe there is. They don't understand that sector of coming from an ancestry that were slaves or,
I encourage people to visit the National Museum of African American Culture and History in Washington, D.C. It is free and open to the public. It is a Smithsonian museum, and it is fantastic. It is fantastic. And walking you through the history of African people in this country. Fantastic. I cannot overemphasize the impact that it had on me last September. It is a fantastic from 1619 to now, from pre-1619 to now. It is a fantastic way to go learn the history. And it's a Smithsonian, and it's open and free to the public. And it really goes through and gets you up to and past, Emancipation Day.
And it's a great museum here just south in Donaldsonville, the River Road African American Museum.
Yep.
Listen.
Donaldsonville having their big City of Donaldsonville celebration Juneteenth music festival down there today. And if you've never visited the River Road African American Museum, I've been there several times for a number of Black history stories and special projects. And they are, and again, another resource that is fantastic. And we have so much history right here in our area that you may not know about that is very interesting to learn about and, understand how those people here have contributed to all of our culture and history. All of our culture and history.
Yeah, so anybody that's in the area, if you've never been down to Donaldsonville to been to the River Road African American Museum, I definitely advise you to go do so. And then especially when you get to see that map of all the, from Baton Rouge all the way to New Orleans, and you're just intrigued to see all of these different plantations just along the river next door to each other, all the way down the river. And then you get an opportunity to just get some real rich history about South Louisiana and its involvement with slavery and, you know, bringing people over, trading, selling. It is just eye-opening to give you, it's beyond what you see in the movie. It's beyond what you can see in a documentary. It's the things that you can actually lay your eyes on and touch and see and listen to people from right there in that area. So I definitely highly recommend you guys go down there. Let's get ready to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Summer Jam Battle of the Bands over in Opelousas, Louisiana. So y'all stay tuned. More to Jaguar Journal. It's On the Yard Sports, and I'm Perry White, and what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
Talk about offense, we talk about Southern, and it begins with their passing game.
Tom, beyond potent, we're talking about high octane, we're talking about fast break, we're talking about 41 points a game, some 500 plus yards since Terrence Levy has taken over this offense.
Because that young man doesn't drop any ball.
With the legacy that you started here, you got to feel happy to see it continue on with Doug Williams.
Ball now back at the 22-yard line. Levy, no pressure at all. Touchdown, Ingram. The Bayou Classic. Levy on a first and goal play. Throws a touchdown. Grambling comes with a blitz. Levy steps in the pocket, and his pass is caught. One-handed grab.
Sort of in the middle of the road of the SWAC, but immediately they jump on the Jackson State defense. And here's Levy rolling out. And the pass is caught. Ball is at the 31-yard line. Again throwing the football downfield. Oh, and his receiver Hayes makes the catch. See you later. Touchdown, Southern. If you're going to get, I got some free tickets. Look out for it, brother. Going downfield. Oh, and what a play by Southern.
Score. He's played a lot tougher ever since. And this is a free play for Southern.
2nd and 15.
It's a free play.
Levy completes his
It's
pass.
a free play.
Oh, and he's still up.
It's a free play.
Hayes is going to continue running inside the 10, the 5. Unbelievable Michael Hayes. 3rd down. And 23 for a first. Levy over the middle. Nice pass that time. 2nd and 20. Levy doesn't have to get it all, but he's going to have to pick up some yards. Here he is throwing, nice catch made.
Receiver, Michael Hayes. There he goes.
Hayes makes the catch. Hayes still on his feet. Hayes looking for blocking. Hayes trying to find a hole. Hayes is still on his feet. He alley-oops. He's inside the 15 and drawn out a foul.
Touchdown.
Backfield. Plenty of time for Levy across the middle. Has his man at the 15. You know, I don't know if you want to break the spirit of Terrence Levy or not. Here he wings one wide open down the middle and a one-handed grab made.
The way. 3rd down in 4. And here's Lewis off the catch. Lewis still on his feet. And Lewis is streaking down the sideline. Touchdown. So they move back 5 yards. Levy on 3rd down. Looking down the sideline. Yes, sir. Big time player.
Guys, stepping up like they go.
All right, we're back. It is the Jaguar Journal. Good morning to everybody. Perry White, Brandi B. Harris. Everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Everybody listening out there on 107.3 FM over in Alexandria as they do the playback on Sundays. And anybody listening all around the world because of our YouTube, go hit that subscribe button as well as follow us on our Facebook. Good to have you guys with us this morning as we're talking about Juneteenth weekend, Father's Day weekend. Hope you guys are enjoying the weekend. It is the summer. We're getting things rocking and rolling. June is just getting started, and it'll be in the snap of a finger. You'll look up. It's the 4th of July weekend, and we'll all be outside popping fireworks and grilling. You pop fireworks?
I have not in recent years because I have a dog, so I'm usually at home with my little baby. But obviously, I grew up popping fireworks on 4th of July. Yeah, I'm not
scared
afraid
of Roman
them.
candles?
No.
Okay.
But y'all do that where you hold them in your hand. Yeah, no, I don't
what
do
you
that.
supposed to do with them?
You like set them up in a in a way so that they're not popping in your
stand
hand.
up, you know.
Oh, okay.
And when you young and you bad, you shoot them at each other.
Okay. You let your kids do that?
Eventually, I mean,
Okay.
you go. If y'all do it, you do it. You know, you don't stop kids. You know, it's just when you bad and you just running around. We had firework wars, right? Bottle rockets.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds scary.
No, I'm not doing.
It was war. Okay.
Yeah.
You just got to know how to run, get away, duck, dive, dodge.
Yeah.
I've been hit you with that Roman candle if you ain't ready.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike, you know what I'm talking about? Go to the house.
Right.
Yeah, y'all playing too rough out there.
Right.
Yeah, I said, mama like, nah,
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what happens. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We got my man Justin Patterson on this morning, going to talk to us about the Summer Jam Battle of the Bands over in Opelousas, Louisiana this morning. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, Doc.
How you doing this morning, man?
Pretty good, man. The day has finally come. Ready to get it on.
The day has finally come.
Yeah,
337.
You better get up, wake up, man. Get it. Hey, I know the logistics got to get checked off today.
Yes, sir. Yes, I feel like it's, you know how we just on the phone last week, Perry. This week flew by fast.
Yeah, it did go by fast, man. And for everybody that's listening, get them the information. Talk to us about the bands, the place, the time, tickets, all of that stuff, man. Break it down for everybody that's listening about the Summer Jam Battle of the Bands over in Opelousas, Louisiana today.
No problem at all. All right, everybody. It's Summer Band Jam. So our 5th annual time doing it in Opelousas, Louisiana. It's Summer Bands. So pretty much it's a bunch of community bands, age ranging from 6th grade to alumni. People 50 years old playing in these bands. So this is a little backstory on Summer Band. But today, Opelousas, Louisiana, Donald Gardner Stadium. Event doors open at 5. The event starts at 6. The tickets are $15 for general admission, $20 for VIP, and the difference between general admission is sitting in the stand. You know, band heads, they want to be up close on the band, so they get a chance to stand on the field. And it's going down, Perry. Like I said, you came last year. You told me you had a good time, Perry. Everybody saying it's crazy how within this last week, so many people telling me that they told their mom or they told their auntie. Even a lot of local people in the city coming, so it's going to be a jam-packed event.
Yeah, it is, man. And talk about the bands that will actually be there and where they're from and participating.
Okay, so today we have 5 bands. So pretty much we have Houston United Mass Band, they're from Houston. We have Port City, they're a new band. They're from Shreveport. We have Golden Triangle. The Golden Triangle band consists of Beaumont, Texas, Orange, Texas, and a lot of those other small cities right before you get to Houston going down I-10. We have the Regulators. Now, the Regulators, that's a band from Baton Rouge. Started by Mr. Brian Simmons. Everybody knows Mr. Brian Simmons in the band world. And we have the 337 All-Stars. Pretty much every city, little town, and 337 from Lafayette, Opelousas, Generate, all those small towns is a 337 All-Star band. So 5 bands, community-driven, going head-to-head in marching band madness and fellowship.
So when you talk about this Battle of the Bands, getting tickets will be purchased at the gate, and will you be able to take card, cash, what forms of payment?
Yes, we'll be able to take card, cash app. Everything is done at the gate. And, any form of payment we have, we will definitely be able to take it today.
And, Justin, so Perry keeps bringing up the fact that it starts at 6 o'clock because it's going to be very hot. I literally just looked up, and it's going to be very hot today, but it doesn't start till the evening time. Talk to me about all of the refreshments and everything that's going to be available for people.
Oh, yes. We started the Battle of the Bands at 6 o'clock on purpose because the last couple, I remember 2 years ago, I started at 3 o'clock in the evening. Woo, child, everybody was hot. But, yeah, snowball stands. We do some bound snowballs. They come every year. We have lemonade stands. We have I give a concession to some of our local high school dance teams and local community dance teams and anybody of the arts. So pretty much we have Opelousas and Northside High School band and dance team doing concession stands. We have Frito pies, hot dogs, lots of water, and lots of Gatorade. I tell them anything, they can have lots of water, lots of Gatorade. So a lot of refreshments, a lot of vendors to come out and get something to eat from. So y'all should be well refreshed today.
Now, paint a picture for me. Are they going to be performing songs that we know? Like, when you go to a Southern game, we're going to be able to recognize. It's like playing Name That Tune, right? Whenever they play a new song. Is it going to be like that? And if so, what songs are you predicting that's, going to be some of the hottest ones that they play today?
Definitely, man. So I think it's crazy that we cracked the joke a few days ago. So, yes, they're going to play songs that you know. I know for sure some of the more known. I just tell y'all one song that everybody's going to play. The Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear from you. I was predicting in my mind that was going to be a pretty popular song out there today.
Yes, the Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, and that dang BBL Drizzy. All the bands are going to play this. So,
make Mike laugh out there. You know who that is? You know that, Mike?
Yeah. Y'all know marching band. Any song that's out on the radio, the bands are definitely going to play it. So you're going to find, if you've never been to a summer band event, I think some of the college bands get mad at the summer bands because they play the songs first before the year even starts. So that's a lot of that's going to be happening. You're going to know some songs, Brandi.
So it sounds like this may be an event that if you go to some of the songs you see them performing today may be early predictors of songs that we hear in the fall, right?
Man, Brandi, you sound like a band head, like an experience. It happens. It's to the point to where sometimes, like some of these bands, like the bigger bands, like New Orleans All-Star Band and Georgia Mass Band, like they get, these bands get bigger than some college bands. So like I know Southern may be sometimes 280. Georgia Mass Band starts off at 350 members in the band. You know what I'm saying? So like the influences that these summer bands have. The college bands be like, okay, they played it, we gotta play it better, they college bands. So you ask, a lot of that's gonna be happening. They pretty much put the fire under the fall.
Okay, so for people out there listening, it sounds like it's gonna be a fun sing along. Grab your snacks and your packs and sit and enjoy and sing along and have a good time. Be thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, it is. And it's
all out.
It's going to be interesting because my daughter, she has never been to like a Battle of the Bands event.
Oh, wow. This is going to be fun for her.
So when I was like Battle of the Bands, she was like,
She can't even conceptually understand.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
She was trying to understand. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to, you just going to have to go see and understand. She was like, is it going to be boring? I was like, that's what you got to go and be the judge.
Yeah, so that's going to be cool for her. This is going to be a moment.
It's going to be like I like to call it, a culture shock of what bands are and how people appreciate bands and the meaning of how far bands go beyond and just the idea that some high schools, you go to that little high school and they get to rocking and go side to side and playing a YMCA or whatever they playing. If that's your concept of band, this is going to be completely different, Justin.
Oh, yeah, no, sir. And for the people who, this is it's summer band, and it's almost like if I had to put it in perspective, it's definitely gonna be like bringing like war. It's gonna be almost like Stump the Yard or like you guys. Matter of fact, you guys serve a marching band. You're gonna see a lot of aggression, a lot of loud music playing. You're gonna hear a lot of trash talking. But listen, nothing's gonna happen. For those who maybe say, "Oh my God, it looks kind of like it looks aggressive." Yes, it's very aggressive. Pretty much whatever we can't do in the fall in the university and high school marching bands, all rules go out the window for summer band. Culture, all out fun, and just the culture period. This is the band culture that a lot of bands like to see. That's why it's so popular.
Yeah, competitive nature. When you say aggressive, it ain't aggressive like they gonna be gotta hold them back. But for those that's listening, aggressive because of the competitive nature. One band thinks they're better than the other. Whether it's the girls dancing or the band marching in, or if this one got majorettes and flags, or they think they percussion section better, or they think they trombones better, they tubas, whatever. That is going to be the competitive nature today, and that's what you're going to see. Once again, Justin, I'm bringing me and my family out. Brandi, you coming today?
Definitely trying to get out there today because it's Father's Day weekend. We'll be out there in St. Landry Parish with my father-in-law. So we've got a big bunch. It's
Bring
family
big
of
bunch.
8.
Bring them all.
So we're going to try to scrounge up the group.
Get them all together, especially the kids, because that's what it's motivating for. And Justin, once again, tell us the place, the location, the venue, the tickets, as well as the bands that will be participating in today's event.
Oh, yes, well, no problem at all. Opelousas, Louisiana, Donald Gardner Stadium. That's 1524 South Market Street, Opelousas, Louisiana. Doors open at 5. The event starts at 6. General admission is $15. VIP is $20. The bands that are participating is Strictly 7 All-Star Band, the Regulators from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Golden Triangle from Texas, Port City from Shreveport, and Houston United Mass Band from Houston is going down, Perry. Perry, let me tell you, I thought about this long and hard. I know my favorite part of the battle band is going to be this.
The favorite part of the battle band is going to be what now?
The drumline face-off. The drumline face-off. Because last year, I normally try to keep it, what's the word? I normally try to keep it safe. And the drummers, I don't know if any band heads, the drummers said we don't show them no love. So normally we just let the drummers play 2 and 3 cadences. But today, for the drumline portion, I got all the drum lines facing each other on the 50-yard line. There's going to be 5 drum lines going head-to-head for the drumline portion. So listen, make sure you get all your popcorn and snacks. You ain't going to leave your seat. I promise you.
Okay. All right.
You excited?
I'm excited. I love his energy. And Justin, thank you for doing this for the bandhead community, for the people that are looking for something fun to do and putting it in Opelousas. So all those major band communities can converge in one spot and face off. This sounds like it's going to be like a movie.
And for the people who never been in band or understand band or know what we're talking about, this is why these events, come check it out. This is for anybody, everybody. It is. And you'd be surprised. It ain't a black event. It's a community event. Yeah, because there's so different races of people that I saw last year.
Yeah,
it brought out a community of people who wanted to come out and see this.
Man, listen, it's like he said, it's not a black event. It's an event for the culture. All different colors, shades. Y'all already know them 337 area. You might get, man, a mixture of anything in that area. So, yeah, man, it's for everybody, man. Community-driven programs. Like I said on the last, I appreciate that sound bite you sent me, Perry. That was creative. Y'all got a nice studio over there, man. I'm gonna come through that one day, man.
Man, come holler at us, man. We right here on Government Street downtown in Baton Rouge, man.
Man, well, I appreciate y'all, Perry. Man, I'm about to get ready to hit this road. I'm actually in Baton Rouge right now, about to head over there, get to the stadium early, get everything all set up, man. But I appreciate y'all letting me come on and promote this event, man. Thanks to everybody who's coming to the event early before y'all even come, because y'all going to see me running around like a chicken with my neck cut off, but it's going down today. It's bar time.
Man, I appreciate you for coming on, man. Justin, anytime we can help, man, and anytime you got something you want to promote, man, we all got to stick together. We got, so it's no problem. And then you're doing something good for the community, it's a family event. It's something for the summer. Not only that, it brings the community and give the young to the old an opportunity to do something together. And we don't have a lot of those events typically in the community where all of these generations can come together. And then not only that, it's music. And music for a lot of people is soothing to the soul. It is exciting. Sure is. And it's the type of music and culture that goes within it that ultimately excites the next generation of young people that may make them want to pick up an instrument and get involved and do those things. And not only that, most importantly, it is the young people and the college kids and everybody who are a part of these community bands and all-star bands that these type of events give them something to work for and to do during the summer to keep them from being bored or sitting around. Guess what? They're practicing and learning music to go be at events like this. So when you put that all together, man, you can't help but support what you're doing, because all the way around what you're doing is bringing communities together from all different areas and not just in one place. We talking out of state, Baton Rouge, the whole 337 area, Shreveport, all of this. And you bringing bands from Houston and Port Arthur and Beaumont. Man, all that matters when you're able to get people together to do things like that.
Yeah, Perry. I mean, that you hit the nail on the head, man. It's all about the community, and like we grew up in different parts of the world, but I think I would say band transcends race. You know what I'm saying? Music transcends. I'm saying band. It's one thing that a lot of us have in common is music is the universal language. I can put a sheet of music on the stand, and you could be from Africa, China, and I could be from America, and all us put the same notes on that paper, so we can relate to it, man. That's some deep stuff right there, Perry. But I can give you a little tidbit. I'm gonna make an announcement today. Next year, Sun Band Jam is gonna be at Boston City. I'm gonna be doing 2 of them.
Are you taking it on tour?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. Definitely, man. So I actually got the okay earlier last week. I got some people that's gonna be in the building today. Some pretty known faces in the band where they're gonna see today, Perry. So they coming out to check it out for themselves because a lot of people been inquiring about having it come to their city. And actually, a little hint. One of the bands that's participating in the band today is coming to their city. So if y'all want a little mystery to see what the next time Sun Band Jam is gonna be 2 events next year. One in this city, beginning of the summer, and one in another city in the end of the summer. So it's going down. Today is gonna be a great day, Perry. It's gonna be a great day, man.
Well, I appreciate you, Justin.
Congratulations,
man.
Justin.
Congratulations, man, and keep doing your thing. Keep being the great businessman that you are. Community. Bringing together everybody and people from all walks of life, man, and doing the things that you're doing, man. We appreciate you. We support you. We love you. And I'll be there today, man. Bring it. Like I said, I'm so excited to see how my daughter's reaction is going to be to this.
This is going to be a core memory for her, I'm sure.
man, Perry, man, you know, anything, man. I think a little Chico, man, bring it down by them dance teams. She's going to be really convinced. Those dance teams, you know, we had people like, you don't see a lot of Southern face, so you let her take pictures with the band, anything you need, Perry, I'm right there, man. One call away. Holler at me, dog.
Appreciate you, Justin.
All right, y'all have a nice day, man. Come out and enjoy yourself.
We'll do. Summer Band Jam today, Battle of the Bands over in Opelousas. Listen, a fun family event. Let's get ready to take a break. I want to thank Justin for coming on, Justin Patterson for coming on and talking to us about it. We'll come back for a short segment before we get to the top of the hour. Stay tuned more to Jaguar Journal.
It's On the Yard Sports, and I'm Perry White, and what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
T.R. Ricks is a fifth-year senior who's getting his first chance to drive the train that Bob talked about. And right now, he's driving it quite well because the Southern Jaguars are kicking butt in the SWAC conference. As Bob mentioned, 6-0 overall in the SWAC, and T.R. Ricks has played so well, over 2,000 yards passing. In the last 3 games running the football, he's been over 100 yards on the ground. The respect factor that he gets from his teammates is incredible. As a fifth-year senior who's never started, they elected him captain. And the numbers he has put up are represented on your screen. 27 total touchdowns on the offense, a pass percentage of nearly 60%. He could be the SWAC Player of the Year on the offensive side.
Best, and they're going to get a huge dose of the best offensive player in the SWAC, and that being Thomas Ricks.
Yeah, what Thomas Ricks has found a way to do is just beat defenses either with his arm, with his feet, or with his leadership capabilities, finding a way to win the games late with fourth-quarter comebacks. He showed versatility and athleticism. He's a tremendous athlete that knows how to win, most importantly.
He is a leader both on and off the field.
I just think it has come to a maturity level. I have a 4-year-old son, and, when he was born, I had to grow up fast, and, just staying in school and practicing every day, trying to get better every day, just so he can have a better future. It's just been my inspiration. So, I just think that's my motor that drives me and, keeps me in the game.
His 4-year-old son, Collier, has not missed a game this season. They throw the football around in Rick's dorm room at Southern, and he says it's great playing football with Collier. 1st and 10. Ricks. He's got Vernon. Vernon makes the catch at the 45.
They can run the entire offense with all those guys in the game.
Ricks to Vernon. 1st down. Holmes in the backfield. Ricks. 1st down. Gage on the tackle, but not until Ricks picks up the 1st down. 2nd and 7. Ricks. Overstreet's got it. Across midfield. Ricks has a receiver downfield. It's caught for a touchdown. Territory. Ricks fakes the pitch. Gets inside the 15.
He's in the type of young men that represent his philosophy in life and in football.
Ricks in a shotgun. He's going to run it. Out to the 10, and 2nd and 11 after the holding penalty. Sidearm toss. And a nice catch. Ricks on the 1st and 10. Little draw play. Takes it outside. He's got the first down.
But Rick's going to take it up the...
All right, I'm up now. Good. I'm ready. It's the Jaguar Journal. Perry White, Brandi B. Harris.
Are you ready for football season? Football jersey.
This is Jaguar Journal. Anything the Jaguar
Okay, so you're just looking for the blue and gold in the morning, on the Saturday morning.
On the Jaguar Journal, of course.
Okay. Now, I thought maybe you were excited for football because season tickets are available.
I'm excited about Southern University football 365 days a year.
Okay.
I would like to see you coming here with some Southern stuff one day.
I wore my shirt. Didn't I wear my striped Southern shirt last week or the week before?
Mike, you remember?
Times.
Yeah, Michael, we got an investigative team over here at the Jaguar Journal. Yeah, we'll dig into our archives and see. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, yeah. Look. SU, baby. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you feel you. What's wrong?
No,
is it too early?
I said
is it
football
too
jersey. I didn't say if something was wrong with wearing SU gear.
Oh,
I said
specifically
a football jersey
Chris
in
called
June.
and said,
Maybe you're excited.
Are the epitome of
maybe
a
you are
Southern...
excited, or maybe excited for football. I thought the jersey was respective to you were excited for the specific sport of football.
Well, whether it's football or not, you know, when it's the Jaguar Journal, I try to do my best to wear whatever I can find.
So that's what I summed up. So it was just you just be looking for blue and gold on Saturday morning. You throw that on.
Yeah,
there we go.
But tickets are on sale for Southern University football. Season tickets are on sale. We'll talk about more of that at the top of the hour. Then we'll talk about some APR scores. We'll talk about the ESPN SWAC television schedule that has come out, as well as the Celebration Bowl, of course, the only FCS bowl game that is out there that competes with the FBS. And when you go back and you look at the viewership numbers, it is right there in the thick of things with some of those major FBS bowl games. So the dates have changed to that because of the college football playoffs this year, which has expanded from 4 teams to 12 teams. So because of that, the Celebration Bowl with John Grant, who's the executive director, I tried to get him on today, but he was not able. But we'll try to get him on later on to talk to us about it. That we'll have opportunities to see why did they change it, and because the Celebration Bowl is typically wanted to be the first bowl game of the bowl season to give people an inside look of FCS football. But we'll talk more about that. We're at the top of the hour. Go put on your blue and gold with me. Y'all join me. It's the Jaguar Journal. It's Saturday morning. Let's act like it's a game day today, all right? So y'all stay tuned. We're at the top of the hour. More of the Jaguar Journal.
Southern was a little late to the game of football. They had started earlier in the CIAA up at Hampton and those schools up there. And when J.S. Clark became president of Southern University in 1914, he had already visited the Tuskegee and these Howard and the other schools, and they had a football program. And he wanted to compete with them, not just in the classroom, but also on the football field. So it started as an intramural. We had intramurals when we first came in 1914 through 1916-17, and then the intramural program evolved into the varsity, into the football program in 1918. Coach Big Charlie Holmes from Colorado State, he came here as an assistant coach, but he took over around 1922, 1923, and he did very well through the early 20s. But he came up to 26. He broke even. He was expected to do well, and 27. I don't find any records where he won any games there, and he was replaced. But the person he was replaced by was a legendary. Name is Bryce Union Taylor from the University of Southern California. Out there, he had been an All-American. He was the guy that stopped the 4 horsemen of Notre Dame. And then he went to Chaffin University in South Carolina at 27. In 1928, he became the head football coach at Southern University and athletic director. And he really put Southern on the map. He had a lot of firsts. First of all, he had the first All-Americans we had came under him. Therefore, he had the greatest winning percentage in Southern University. He won 85% of his game here. And he had our first undefeated season in 1931 when he was 7-0, and but he was not declared national champ, but he was considered for that. But he was our first great coach during that early period, Bryce Union Taylor. We don't want to forget him. Arnett W. Mumford, he's a national icon in coaching. He had coached 10 years in Texas, Jarvis Christians, Bishop, and Texas College. But the last 5 or 6 years at Texas College, he was very, very outstanding. He won 2 SWAC titles, and he had won a national black championship at Texas College and 35. So therefore, Southern was interested in getting him here, and Dr. Felton Clark was very instrumental in the person to get him here. But his impact it goes much further than Southern University in the state of Louisiana. He won 12 SWAC titles, 10 of them at Southern and 2 at Texas College. And he won 5 or 6 national black championships. And also, he was very successful in the first interracial bowl game, the Fruit Bowl in San Francisco in 1948 when he played San Francisco State, and he won that game decisively. But his influence extended much further than the boundaries of Southern University. He was recognized nationally as a great coach. His winning record, he didn't coach over a period of 35 years, and a couple of those years they didn't have teams because of the war. But he won 246 games, second only to Eddie Robinson with his 402 game over 55 years, I should add. And so it always had loyal supporters, and they would follow the team everywhere they would go in large numbers. So Southern became the team that everyone loves to beat. Loves every Saturday. It's the toughest game we have every Saturday. So if they don't win another game, they figure if they win the Southern game, they had a good season. And because we carry a large crowd with us everywhere we go too, so a lot of people like that. And we like to brag about how good we are. And of course that helps out. But it is a vista to the university, using the football athletics period to use that way to introduce the university to people who may not have known the university. Went through a period of 20 years, 30 years, I believe it was, after Mom, till we got Coach Peach Richardson in 1982-83, and then he returned us to the glory years. Rivalry with Grambling has always been there because it's an intrastate rivalry. And we played Grambling a few times before 1948, but after then, we didn't play them anymore until we became a member of SWAC in 1959. But FAMU filled that void with Jake Gaither and A.W. Mumford. Those were some of the greatest games that you ever would see, and they became our main rivalry after 1948. But the exposure that the biggest thing that we can say about the rivalry is that the Bayou Classic, coming to Bayou Classic in 1974, was the biggest thing for any of the HBCUs. First of all, we played in Tulane Stadium.
Good morning. It is the Jaguar Journal. Hope everybody is enjoying yourself. Hour number 2 of the show. Perry White, Brandi B Harris this morning.
Good morning to everybody out there.
Hope you guys are enjoying this Saturday morning. Look, we're at the top of the hour. We'll talk about some Southern University athletic news, some big news coming out of Southern that we have not quite got a chance to talk about. APR scores out in Southern.
Yeah, those academic progress rate scores, apparently Southern, or according to Southern's own information, 4 Southern teams producing perfect academic progress rate scores, which is great news for the university. And all programs above, a certain multi-year threshold. So that's good news. Now, the highest scoring or posted scores of 1,000 would be women's cross country, men's cross country, women's bowling. Aren't they the champs?
Bowling lost in the championship to Alabama State.
They made it to the championship. They made it to the championship. Mm-hmm. I knew that. And women's tennis. So congratulations to those student athletes. According to Athletic Director Roman Banks, APR is a team effort. And I am very proud of everyone involved. It is gratifying to have another good year of APR scores, especially when reflected in the scores of our peer groups across the nation, end quote. So, of course, those student athletes working hard, and all 15 Southern University athletic teams exceeding the NCAA APR multi-year threshold of 930, 11 teams getting 950, and like I said, 4 of those teams, getting a single year score of 1,000. So student athletes working extremely hard here, at least with the APR scores. That's not. I've never really talked to student athletes about the. I guess I have, about the rigors of being a student athlete and maintaining, really high GPAs and good grades.
Go through some of those
How
scores.
stressful is
Let's
that?
talk about some of those scores. That is important because remember, everybody, APR, which made the front page of the paper some years ago, that Southern had dealt with, and it caused postseason ban. It caused lack of scholarships. I mean, Southern was in a real bad place when the NCAA came in and looked at those scores. And so for Southern to be in this position now, let's go through some of those scores and some of those programs.
So like I said, multi-year scores above 930, baseball. Some of the higher scores that I'm seeing would be men's basketball with a 973, women's basketball with a 982, women's bowling with a 973, and women's volleyball with a 989. And then from there, some of the other programs would, seeing women's track, tennis, both 965, 967 with soccer, not as high with some of those other programs, men's football football 934, baseball 945. But single scores with 950 and above. These teams really, really excelled. Men's basketball, men's cross country, men's track. As I said, men's cross country, women's bowling, women's cross country, women's tennis, all with 1,000. So those student athletes are really, really excelling. Women's softball, 987, soccer 988, men's basketball 977, men's track 971, and women's basketball 966.
It's a good place where athletics is right now because I'm telling you, that APR issue some years ago was a really sore spot for Southern University athletics, and having to get compliance and all of those extra components into place, making sure that Southern is now back postseason eligible, full allotment of scholarships, full practice times. Those matter when you're going out trying to compete for championships and all of these things each and every year. And that was one of those conversations when we was talking a couple weeks ago about the Dawson Odoms thing with football, how you didn't have spring football for so many years and the lack of scholarships, having to build a walk-on program, but yet still able to compete for championships was nothing more than a miracle, considering that most programs who deal with postseason ban, no practice, and a lack of scholarships typically hit rock bottom for a while, and it is tough to come from rock bottom because at that same time, you can't accept those transfers like a lot of people want to build with the quick fix with programs. And so it means a lot to see that Southern Athletics is headed in that direction when you talk about academics, graduating students, because at the end of the day, you're a student athlete. Athletics comes second, being a student is first, and that's what's most important, that these young people are getting their education, they're graduating, and that they go off and be successful in life. And that's the whole plight of Southern University. That's the whole plight of higher education. I'm glad that we're doing it the right way and that it's being acknowledged that we're doing it the right way by those scores being as high that they are.
Well, it makes that really proves that the student athletes are doing the work and that the coaching staff and their mentors are making sure that the priority is the academics, that they are student athletes. Like that, to me, that is what the reflection is. And the university is going to be there. Students have to perform. And the hard thing about being a student athlete is that you have to be able to, balance, and it's a very fine balance between being a student and focusing on your athleticism. So I commend the student athletes again for performing both on the field and off the field. And I got to commend at least if not professors, their coaching staffs for making sure that that's a priority. Because to me, that's what's reflected. When you see an overall team score that's reaching 1,000, that means that the coaching staff is prioritizing academics, that you will not be on my team or play on this team if you are not also performing in the classroom, that is the priority. And, I've never been a student athlete in that capacity, at least not at NCAA. So I can't imagine the stress and the pressures and, like I said, the rigors of it. But for them to be able to perform like that and be able to get out there and do their thing.
And along with the academic counselors, advisors, people, advise you the right way. And then going to those study halls. That's the big thing, the study halls.
Right.
Making sure the study hall is a priority, making sure you get in there and you're using your time useful, that you're getting
That's why I was asking. Tell me, I don't know. I wasn't a student athlete in college, so I was not involved in that at all. To me, that's super foreign. So exactly what do student athletes, aside from watching as a spectator and following the statistics that way. What is involved with being a student athlete?
So, of course, you're going to have your workouts, your practice that is involved with the sport that you play. But then on the other side of the sport is the academic side. And what Southern did, Southern invested into it. The NCAA, when Southern was dealing with APR, said, hey, if you put up this amount of money, we'll match that money, and where you can get your academic center together for your student athletes. It is a place where they can come in, decompress. They can come in, talk with academic advisors, counselors. They can talk and get with tutors, as well as just have a place if they need to do computer work or just a quiet place. Also, along with nutrition that goes along with that, because you got to have those snacks, that nutrition for the brain, for the body, and everything else. And so that part goes into it. And study hall is typically mandated for student athletes because it is a time where you say, well, if you leave it up to a student, sometimes they'll say, well, I don't never have time to get to it besides class and everything else. So study hall has become pretty much a mandated time where those students have an opportunity to go in there and focus on the work. And then while you're focusing on the work, you're around people who can actually help you if you need help. You're not stuck on your own. And so unfortunately for a lot of programs, they don't necessarily, especially when you talk about low resource institution, they may not have the resources of that academic advisor or have these tutors or have all of these resources readily available for you if you need that as a student athlete. And so this has helped Southern out tremendously by being able to have that type of facility with that type of staff to go in and help these young student athletes whenever they need help and advise them the right way, give them the tutoring that they need, as well as giving them that time to say, hey, focus on your work.
Right.
So that study hall is very important. So there's never an excuse to say you don't have the time. That's exactly what study hall is for. And so they used to do it in the mini dome. Now they have that building right on the side of the nursing building across from the biology building. That was the money that
I just always watched them going in there, and I never went in there. So I'm not even. I mean, obviously, like everybody, you have classes with student athletes, and you become friends with student athletes. But I was never that deep in their schedule to understand the inner workings of just how stressful it was. Because it's one of those things that I do respect, because it's hard going to school, just focusing on school. You know what I mean? Because there's distractions. You're out here as an independent young person. But to be a student athlete, to have to perform, to me, it seems like it's a lot of mental pressure.
It is.
Sometimes internal pressure, but there is actually the external pressure of there's literally a crowd. There's literally, a community of people that's rallying around you. So that's support, but to know the inner workings of the schedule, because how much sleep are they getting?
Right, and that's how you got to balance and manage your schedule, because you really have to be focused, because think about it.
But that's got to be a reflection of coaching staff.
Well,
of prioritizing their schedule being balanced to make sure that they're getting.
Well, then it's what you do aside from that, because once you leave and you on your time, because it's not your whole life is not consumed with it, but it's then what do? Are you staying up late at night? Hanging out, then knowing you got.
Well, that's what I said about when you're in college. Yeah. You're an independent young person, so there's a lot of distractions, and because sometimes they'd be out there with us too, and I would always be like, "But how are you doing it? Because y'all getting up early tomorrow, no?"
And think about, with sports, not only do you have the team practice, if you go out and then do your own individual thing to maybe get better at your position, work on the fundamentals, not only that, then you're talking about watching film, learning looking at your mistakes, getting better. Then not only that, studying the opponent, watching film. Right. And then finding a balance amongst all of that, and then the rehab of the body, the workouts, then you got that. Then you go from that. Then you got to add class in throughout the day. Aside from that, then you got to find time to study. You may be preparing for a big game this week at the same time. You got 2 major tests this week. Wow. So being a student athlete is not for the faint of heart. It definitely takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of self-discipline. And for the ones who typically find that good self-discipline and that focus, they find themselves being successful at being able to handle and balance both. But this is why you have all these things in place, because there are going to be many who matriculate through the system who cannot balance both and need some help in order to try to help find that balance. Because when you leave it on them to have to figure it out on their own, typically people go for what they know, and going for what you know is not always the right way. Right. It gives, and that's good to have those counselors and that study hall and all that stuff readily available.
The thing that I think is interesting too with this is, I love measurable numbers, because now you have a benchmark, right? To improve upon, or to maybe not improve upon, but hopefully to improve upon. And whenever you have a new coaching staff, just
Mm-hmm.
like with the football program, well, not a new coaching staff, but, changes in the leadership, it's going to be interesting to see if football can get that number up.
Yeah.
Again, I do think some of that, it's a reflection of the student, but it's definitely a reflection of the real adults making the decisions, because if you know that they're not performing in the classroom, you got to prioritize them.
Will you be willing to pull a star for not being?
We're making tough decisions
That's it.
to prove the point that this will be a priority in my locker room.
Yeah,
in any of the sports.
And, and we harp a lot about the championships, of course, is because the fans, the alums,
but they're supposed to be students.
Yeah. You want the championships, but this also is important too. What they're doing in the classroom is just as important.
What is
as
the
bringing in
bowling team doing that they can keep get like that 1,000, close to the 1,000 of the academic rating, but also be in championship after championship after championship, and you know what I mean?
What
is that program? What's different in that program? Or are there things that other programs can get from each other?
That is interesting. I don't know the time, and I don't want to make it seem lesser than, because I don't know the amount of time that goes into a bowling practice.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe they travel more and they have opportunity to study more while traveling. I don't know.
Right.
It's the student athletes that they're recruiting. Coach Doyle is a mathematics major, so I think he actually teaches a class as well. So he's a professor himself on campus.
So again, maybe there's something that every program can learn from each other, so that all the student athletes can improve their rating, because it's going to affect the whole athletic department.
Yeah.
The overall athletic department.
When you coaching football, you're not trying to teach no class.
I get that. That's what I'm saying. Maybe there are some things, some ways that they work with the students to, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's why you have these meetings, you get together and you figure out when you get scores back and you understand what are we doing right? You evaluate, you assess, how can we grow?
Or what are you doing? And then you might be like, okay, I heard that one thing that I think we could incorporate into the way that we operate that might improve upon
and you look at roster sides too, of course.
Yeah.
Football, you got 70, 80 fellas compared to bowling, which may be 5 young ladies. That matters too when you start to put these size of teams and the variations of scores that's going along with it too. So,
but congratulations again to the student athletes, because they're the ones that's got to get out there and be both the student and the athlete.
Let's get ready to take a break. We'll be back. More of the Jaguar Journal, all right?
Darius Skelton has really had this wave of momentum for Southern.
Yeah, first-year player in this program. I love his decision-making. He makes quick decisions, particularly when running the run-pass option game. That's his specialty. He's been an impact for this offense since he took over as starting quarterback.
Well, Darius Skelton is a dual-threat quarterback. He can throw the football. He's very good at throwing the ball down the field. We're going to work on this spring those intermediate passes, but down the field, he's one of the better down the field passes that I've seen.
Play action, Skelton going for it all, has a man, and hauling it in is Hunter Register.
And then when you talk about running ability, he has running back capabilities. He can go the distance. He has the speed to go the distance. He has the power, and he has the vision. And I think when you put that with a dual threat quarterback, I think he's the reason why we're so happy about this coming season.
Skelton feeling the pressure. Skelton eludes a couple of tacklers. He's still on his feet. Oh my! Little shake and bake juke move, baby.
Being a quarterback, man, it's not easy at all. It was hard being here and having the expectations to be the starter and not being the starter. It was overwhelming. Like, I was ready to play, and not playing when I was ready to play just made me kind of look at life differently and really think, should I be here or should I not? And I talked to God, and he just settled me down, and he told me to be patient. That's what I did.
Skelton, who started the last 6 games of 2018 for the Jaguars. They went 5-1. Their only loss to Alcorn State in the SWAC title game. Taking the jet sweep, and Skelton awfully good with his leg. Blitz. Register, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Nice grab. All who have had an impact here in the year. Southern still off. Skelton comes up for the third time. Taking the jet sweep, he'll keep it. A good lead block as he cuts it to the outside. The fake to Ben. Skelton will run. And dragging with them for a few yards. Darius. The time stepping up into the end zone has registered. Flag down, catch made, touchdown, and it's actually first quarter yards. Southern 121, McNeese 40. Fresh set of downs as we begin the second quarter, and looking deep, Skelton for register.
What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal. All right, it is the Jaguar Journal. Good morning to everybody. Perry White, Mrs. Brandi B. Harris.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy Juneteenth weekend and happy Father's Day weekend.
All of those great things. Yeah. And speaking of Father's Day weekend, hey, you know what would be a great gift for your father, uncle, cousins, whoever for Father's Day? Get them some season tickets to Southern University football coming up. Season tickets on sale, right?
Yep, season tickets are on sale right now. I had mentioned that last week when you weren't here. When you came in as your referee, I forgot I started the show. That's what I started with. Was the season tickets are on sale. We all need to support our Southern University Jaguars. I know some people already know what section, what row, what seat they want that specific
seat. Doing it for years.
Been doing it for years. But now is that time. You have your opportunity.
That's it. Southern University tickets for the 2024 SU football season have gone on sale starting June the 10th. Jaguars are scheduled to host 5 home games this fall inside of A.W. Mumford Stadium, Pete Richardson Fields. Hey, 2024 season book invoices are ready. They say go to www.ticketmaster, pay at ticketmaster.com, and then you'll be able to get all your information. Please sign into your account by using the email that they have on file to access your invoice. And if you need assistance, please refer to the attached instructions. And what I'm reading off is directly off of GoJagSports.com website. They also have a payment plan for you guys if you want to take some time in order to get those season tickets. Because look, it may not just be for you. It may be for you and 5 family members, 6 family members. We also understand the burden of what it costs to be able to move around a family to games and want to have fun with everybody. So
if you got it like that, you can call the university, ask for a suite.
There you go.
And get season tickets to a suite and invite the Jaguar Journal to sit with you in your suite.
Mike, I think we got to call somebody calling in. Also, that payment plan, it says they're excited to announce that the season tickets will offer a 3-month payment plan. And if you choose this option, you'll need to sign up by June the 10th. The first installment will be deducted at the sign up. The next installment will be automatically deducted from your card on July the 10th and August the 10th. So June 10th, July 10th, and August the 10th get you ready for the football season. And then as well as the Bayou Classic says, if you purchased the Bayou Classic ticket on your account last season, you would have an assignment on your invoice. If you're new to being a season book holder and did not purchase Bayou Classic tickets last season, please contact the Southern University ticket office by July 10th to have them added to your account. Who we got on the line this morning? All right, let's get Chuck on. Good morning, Chuck. How are you?
Good morning to you all on this Father's Day weekend. I'm not a father. I'm someone's uncle. I don't know if that counts for anything, but people told me that it does count as well. I said, okay, I'll take it.
That does count. That certainly counts. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Sister Harris. I was just calling, reason for calling, see you were talking about the band and what's going on in Opelousas. With the band festival that's going on.
Yeah, the summer band jam, Battle of the Bands.
My question is, Sister Harris, you say your husband's from Opelousas?
Yeah, he's from Washington, Louisiana.
Okay, I was wondering. There was a guy. He was a legendary band director. He was legendary at. He's retired now. He played in the band. He played in the band at Southern with one of your legends, Lawrence Jackson, back in the '70s with the Human Jukebox. Named Leroy Ventress. I wonder if Mr. Ventress is still living. I saw his band. They came up here back in the '80s. They used to come to Grandma's Homecoming. He used to come to Battle of the Bands. And he had some great bands during those times. He was there for years. I wonder if Mr. Ventress is still living.
Oh, I'm not sure, but I'm sure there's gonna be lots of legends and lots of people that are interested out there today. I'm not sure if Mr. Ventress is living, but I guess I'm gonna have to look into him and hear about his lore.
Oh yeah, he had some great bands. Like I say, he played in the band with Lawrence Jackson there at Southern, and and we know what Miss Jackson was about. I remember his band back when he was band director down at old Clinton High School, and there in East Feliciana Parish.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. My late grandfather was a band director down in Assumption Parish for many, many, many years.
Okay, yeah, my father played in the band at Grambling. He knew a lot. He knew guys, people that went to Southern and all that. He knew. They talk about him when he was a band at Southern. He went to McKinley. A guy named Leroy Pirro. He was a trumpet player. My father played trumpet in the band at Grambling. My father was in the band that performed in the Super Bowl I in 1967 under Conrad Hutchinson.
Oh, well, fantastic, Chuck. We thank you for calling in because there's so much band history all around South Louisiana, Texas, just some of those areas that take band super serious. We have so many band heads and band legends, and it's just a whole cultural thing. So that's fantastic to know. We appreciate you for calling in. Thank you.
Always great conversing with you all. You all enjoyed your Father's Day weekend, Brother White and Mike. I don't know if Mike is a father or not. Any of you all. Just
he said he a stepdad.
He said he a stepdad. That counts too. We appreciate that, Chuck. Thank you so much.
Okay. All
and
right.
happy Father's Day to you and all the uncles out there. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. You all take care.
All right. Good to have that conversation.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Do you know some folks
all the band head folks? Yeah.
Talking about those season tickets. All right, let's go through some of those games next year that you can get your tickets for at Southern University. Listen, starts off on September the 7th, Savannah State. Of course, Pete Richardson Classic. Get your tickets. You got to go support my guy, Coach Pete Richardson. He's still around. The field is now named after him. They have the Classic named after him. That'll be September the 7th. October the 5th. Hey, Nichols, where you at? I want to see if y'all going to show up from down in Thibodaux, Louisiana, your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Call all your cousins. Tell them come on up. It don't happen that often.
Yeah.
Right? Where you can get your alma mater versus your neck of the woods. And so that ought to be something. Nichols, come on up. We love to see you. But if not, Jaguar Nation, we love to see you October the 5th against Nichols State. I think that should be a great matchup, especially for those who, like me, love those in-state FCS matchups. I know a lot of people, I don't care about the Southland. I love to see the Southland versus SWAC.
I think that's a good matchup.
Oh, I love this matchup.
That's a great matchup.
Now, I've heard stories of people saying back in the day going down to Nichols, they didn't used to like it. They said it got treated.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I did see. That was before my time. But look, they coming to Baton Rouge, so let's show them what it's like to be in Baton Rouge at A.W. Mumford Stadium, make it a hostile environment. October the 19th. Are y'all ready for that? That's homecoming.
Yeah.
And
then the week before, I'm looking at it like that. I'm looking at it like this because you got Nichols on October the 5th. Then the next week we shoot to H-Town. Then come back home for homecoming. Prepare yourselves,
Alcorn State, and then
prepare yourselves accordingly.
Former Alcorn State head football coach Fred McNair, now on the coaching staff at Southern University as the tight ends coach. Remember, we went up to Alcorn last year, and Fred McNair and company really put a whooping on it.
Yeah.
So now to have Coach McNair all those years, I think we've only beat him once. So all those years.
But he's coming in a new environment.
Well, he's with us now. He is the new environment.
No. I mean, Alcorn is coming to a new environment. It's going to feel different, I think.
And I just
over
like
there
it
on the
because
bluff.
there was some turmoil kind of as he left Alcorn, and maybe he give us the inside scoop so we can get that dub in this homecoming.
They are coming to a new environment.
And it's been a little second since we played a SWAC opponent for homecoming. So that right there boasts up. And then Alcorn in close proximity to us. Get your tickets. You better get your
Plan
tickets.
accordingly.
And the game is now at 6 p.m.
Plan accordingly.
All right, the next home game, November the 9th, Bethune-Cookman, the Wildcats coming over from Daytona Beach. They'll make their first appearance since they have joined the SWAC to A.W. Mumford Stadium. So we'll have them here since they've been joining the SWAC for the first time. And then we'll end it out November the 16th from around my neck of the woods, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, my mom's alma mater, UAPB, the Golden Lions. That'll be senior day, November the 16th. So that's what you'll have, a full slate of home games. Savannah State, September the 7th. Nichols, October the 15th. October the 19th, homecoming versus Alcorn State. November the 9th, Bethune-Cookman. And November the 16th against UAPB, the Golden Lions of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. So get your season tickets. Now, of course, as I told you earlier, the Bayou Classic goes along with that. If you paid for them last year, you are eligible at this point. If not, you'll have to wait till July the 10th in order to do it. They have the payment plan, 3 months, No excuses. All right? Dooley not there no more, so I don't want to hear that. You know, I know
it's a whole new vibe.
I
on
know
the
what
bluff.
people was feeling last year. I was hearing it as I walked out the stadium. I saw folks how they was feeling and where they was going. He's not there no more. So let's try to start a whole new clean slate. Let's do it the right way. And let's
technically Coach Graves is 1-0.
He's 1-0.
He's technically 1-0.
So let's start there.
Let's start there. We already starting off on top.
Yeah. I'm
You struggling?
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it slow. Everybody
ease into it slowly.
Yeah, because
wow,
when Dooley came in, it was like, oh, number one, and people fell for it. So I'm gonna look. I'm just show me, Graves. Show me.
Okay.
Show me. And you know how you can show me? Game number 1 versus McNeese State in Lake Charles. We never beat McNeese. If you can beat McNeese and show me, that's a good start.
Okay.
Yeah. You may have A.W. Mumford packed out for Savannah State the next game if you do that. That's a good start, right?
That's a fantastic start, obviously.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to talk about the SWAC ESPN football television schedule. Southern has made that schedule. 6 games are going to be televised next year on the ESPN Family Network. And we'll tell you about some other big-time SWAC games that also make it to the major network and have that conversation. What games are you looking forward to the most if you're not able to make it? And most of those games are going to be on the road. So y'all stay tuned. We'll talk more about it here on the Jaguar Journal.
It's On the Yard Sports, and I'm Perry White, and what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
For the first time in the 79-year history of the Southwestern Athletic Conference Elite Championship game determines the overall champion today. Live from Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, it's the champions of the East, Jackson State, taking on Southern, the champs from the West. Hello, everybody. George Johnson along with Charles Mann. And I got to tell you, a great poet once said this is the way it's supposed to be. And it is. Number 11 Southern taking on number 15 Jackson State. Both programs have won 3 SWAC titles over the decade. So it's only fitting in the first SWAC championship game we determine the program of the decade. We've got a lot of offense out on the field. And yet this guy right here, he's going to tell you this game's all about D.
It's always all about D, George. You know that. Always all about D.
An all-pro defensive end is going to tell you that. When you think about Jackson State, this is a team that is very potent offensively, but defensively they've led the SWAC throughout most of the year, and they've got the best player in defense in the SWAC, and that's Tommy Head.
Tommy Head. Get used to saying that name. You'll say it all day. He'll be all over the field. He's always around the football. He's the leading tackler on this team. He also has 5.5 sacks.
At one point this year, Southern led the nation in scoring defense. Then they ran into Florida A&M. They've got a lot of guys out there that can get it done, but at the top of the list is DeMarcus Miller.
DeMarcus Miller, the linebacker coach, Terrence Graves, told me there's one word to describe this kid, and that is relentless. He's only 5'10", 285 pounds. He makes a lot of plays, though.
Relentless, appropriate word for our third member of the broadcast team, and that's Joe Clare, who's standing by down on the sideline. Joe?
Yes, indeed. I'm down here on the field capturing all the pageantry and revelry that is black college football. Birmingham, Alabama is a lovely city. This is the inaugural SWAC championship in their city, so they came out to have a good time. I will be covering the bands, the cheerleaders, shout-outs, all of that kind of stuff. Back to you guys up top.
All right, thank you very much, Joe. You know, earlier this year, Southern beat Jackson State, the 4th straight win over the Tigers. But what's most impressive about Southern, they haven't lost a conference game in 25 outings. They put it on the line against Jackson State. We look at the starting lineups brought to you by Western Union Money Transfer, the fastest way to send money worldwide. You saw the backs. Here's your offensive line. Damon Nivens is a first-team All-SWAC member. Defensively, there's your starting lineups for Jackson State's defense. Chandler, Tommy Head, Edward Reese, pretty good middle linebacker. Rashard Anderson is a professional prospect, and they say he will be in the NFL next year. There's your starting lineup. Brought to you by Western Union. Mark Washington is your quarterback. Destry Wright, the all-time leading rusher in school history, is the tailback. Jeremiah
The Jaguar Journal. Good morning to everybody. Glad to have you guys with us. Everybody on our YouTube, Perry White, Brandi B. Harris.
Good morning. Happy Saturday to everybody out there.
Good to have you guys with us. Everybody, good morning to you if you're watching on our YouTube channel. Good to have you guys with us. I see the interaction. I don't do a lot of interaction with the texting and the typing in the comments, but I see you guys. Good to have you with us in there, and everybody on our Facebook as well as our live. Good to have you guys with us. And everybody out there listening on Talk 107.3 FM here in the Baton Rouge area, capital city area, and then as our affiliates over in Alexandria. They typically listen back to us over on Sunday. So good to have you guys with us as well. Everybody, we bring you together no matter where you at, whether you're in the region or you're worldwide. At the end of the day, good to have you guys with us. Thank you for Mike for being able to put that all together. Mike, when you're not here, man, it just seems like it's just a catastrophe. It just, it's just radio.
It could be stressful.
Yeah. My guy, he tried. So next time, I think, Mike, you got to type this. You got to put that on a sheet. You got, hey, step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. And I think we'll be okay. But other than that, man, we're glad to have you with us. Glad to have Brandi right here with me. Glad to have you guys with us as well, bright and early on a Saturday morning. As we're talking, getting you ready for football season, she said, I got my jersey on. So obviously, hope the Jaguars.
Yeah, I thought that was a statement, a fashion statement of sorts.
No,
we would be talking about football.
I was excited. I didn't, let's just roll with it. Yes. Yeah, let's roll with it. It was not, but let's roll with it. We hopefully by the end of the season, Southern is number 1. But for Southern to get to number 1 means they're going to have to win some games. And some of those games that you're not able to make it to will be televised for a lot of those people that's out there, as the SWAC announced its 2024 ESPN football schedule. Southern to be featured on the ESPN flat platform 5 times. You want to know some of those games that are going to be interested in, that you're going to be interested in watching? It's going to be August the 31st as Southern, the Jaguars, head over to Lake Charles to take on McNeese State. That game will be.
So that let's go back to what you said before the break. If they perform well, come back with a dub in Lake Charles on ESPN, on an ESPN network, how crazy would that be?
The Jaguar Nation has been needing something to ignite that fire back under them with a statement win. It's been quite some time since we've had one.
We'd be up on the yard the next week
we
with
need
our
that.
rags.
And I tell people all the time, it's the games. Look, okay, we beat Alabama A&M. We used to doing that, right?
Yeah.
We beat Grambling in the Bayou Classic. Okay, that's what we do. You beat UAPB. Congratulations. But it's the teams that you have not beaten. The McNeese, who's an in-state team, who is a rival, without saying that right, because I don't think we will acknowledge them. But guess what? You recruit students against them. You recruit student athletes against them. And you have to go out there and show that you can compete against them. And competing means coming back with a W from with them. And I think that right there ignites a fan base to be able to get them in for that next game. But if you're not able to make it and you want to watch that, that'll be on ESPN Plus versus McNeese State on August the 31st. Woo, a big one. You talking
2 weeks later.
Woo! The Tigers of Jackson State. The greatest rivalry I feel in all of FCS football that nobody really truly knows about, because in our neck of the woods, we love classics. The Bayou Classic, right? You got the State Fair Classic. You got the Southern Heritage Classic, the Magic City Classic. But this one, it has a classic name, unofficially the Boombox Classic.
But how we feel about the Boombox?
I just know how I feel about Jackson State. Listen, September the 14th, if you're not able to make it up to Jackson, Mississippi, you'll watch this game. It will be televised. They have moved that game. It's going to be a 1 p.m. kickoff because of ESPN. Early and hot. So you make sure you know how they do us when we go up there. There won't be no water on your side.
Yeah.
You'll have to go all the way on the other side of veterans. But for those who be like, you know what, it's too hot, I'm not even going to go up there and spend no money, you can watch it on ESPN Plus September the 14th. The next week, we'll be headed over to, as I like to call it, Baton Rouge West, A.W. Mumford West. Southern has never lost a game at Prairie View since they've had that new stadium. So we'll be taking on the Panthers of Prairie View. We owe them a little something from last year. Guess what? They got duly fired.
Right.
Maybe we don't owe them something.
No. But that'll be a nice night game, though. Go over there, take over their stadium.
As we always do. Our Houston alumni chapter, one of the largest chapters that we have right there based out of Houston, typically shows up well. And Baton Rouge travels well over to Prairie View, Texas to show up and show out September the 21st. But if you're not able to make that game will be televised as well. Big game, homecoming against Alcorn. Moved to 6 o'clock. Initially was at 4. That game has now been moved to 6 o'clock. Listen, that's just going to be a surviving day. Try to survive that day. That's all I'm going to say. If you need a nap, You got a plenty of time.
6 o'clock kickoff for homecoming. I'm going to say this, and it's Father's Day weekend, and it's appropriate that my father taught me this. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I'm telling you, look.
Specifically when it comes to homecoming, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't be that person. Don't be that person at 3 o'clock.
And you know what?
You giving tickets out because you already know there's no way.
And if you don't make it, you can watch it on TV. Wherever. Chilling at.
Yep. Find you a little RV. Can I watch the game over here with y'all?
October the 19th, Southern University versus Alcorn State. A hell of a rivalry, a hell of a homecoming game. It's going to be one hell of an atmosphere that I think the world needs to see right here in Baton Rouge that people are going to enjoy. Then October the 26th, an old school rivalry renewed now that they have joined the SWAC. Southern will be traveling over to Tallahassee to take on the Rattlers of Florida A&M. This is an old school matchup. Before the Rattlers joined the SWAC and up until 2001, it was the longest non-conference rivalry between two HBCU schools in history, between Southern and Florida A&M, formerly of the MEAC. Now these two teams have met up. They are now permanent rivals, East and West rivals in the SWAC, and Southern will be traveling over to Tallahassee, which is a tough place for anybody to go get a victory. And because of that rivalry, Southern and Florida A&M game will be televised on the ESPN Family Network on October the 26th. And then as we closed out, you know the one game that's going to, regardless if no other game is televised, that's Southern and Grambling State, in-state rivalry, the battle of the Tigers versus the Jaguars, house divided. Thanksgiving weekend.
That Bike Classic feels like a family reunion every year.
Every year.
Where you see your cousins from, wearing their black and gold, and we all talk all our smack and have such a good time.
That's it, and you'll be able to find that game on NBC, of course, each and every year. That is a premier game during that Thanksgiving weekend down in New Orleans in the Superdome. 60,000, 70,000 people, plus it is still the granddaddy of all the classic games. One of the largest, if not still the largest, FCS attended game of the year each and every year, and that is one of Southern and Grambling, two historic programs with a lot of history and a lot of championships between the two right here. And then let's look at some other games around the SWAC that'll be notable. One that I'm going to be looking forward to is going to be on August the 26th. It's going to be Florida A&M versus Norfolk State, the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Florida A&M won the Black College National Championship, the Celebration Bowl last year. They'll be taking on Norfolk State. Hey, we know who's the coach over there, Dawson Odoms, former Southern University head football coach. This is a statement year for him and his team because he's kind of on the hot seat a little bit. They've struggled. They lost 6 games last year, about almost 7 games last year by 7 to 6 points or less. So they're right on the cusp. His team is starting to get older, starting to get those void fillers, and so they're going to have a big game. South Carolina State versus Florida A&M is another one. Texas Southern versus Prairie View is going to be also on the ESPN Plus. The Labor Day Classic over in Houston between those. North Carolina Central versus Alabama State. How about Miles versus Alabama State? Miles College getting the victory over Alabama State last year. Southern and Jackson, as I said before. Jackson State and Grambling. It is always tough. Anytime Jackson State goes over to the hole up in Grambling, Louisiana, they'll be doing it again this year as a non-conference game. It will not be a conference game the same way as Southern and Jackson. Both those are non-conference games, but Jackson State will travel up to Grambling to play in the hole. That game will be on ESPN Plus on September the 21st. Alabama A&M versus Florida A&M, another SWAC East matchup I think to look forward to. You look at Prairie View versus Grambling State, the State Fair Classic up in Dallas, Texas is typically always a good one. A game that I think a circle that will possibly make up the SWAC East this year is Florida A&M and Alabama State. Florida A&M having to go on the road to Alabama State. Why I think that game is so big, Florida A&M is the only reason Alabama State didn't play and win the SWAC East last year. Their only loss in the SWAC East was to Florida A&M as the Hornets went to Tallahassee and lost. Alabama A&M going over to take on Jackson State. That game, I think, will be down in Mobile, Alabama this year for those two teams playing over in Mobile. Prairie View going up to Pine Bluff. You got Alcorn State and Grambling. That is typically a good one to see. Florida A&M and Jackson State. These two teams have played in the Orange Blossom Classic over in Miami for the past couple years. Now Florida A&M will head up to Jackson, Mississippi, in what I like to call a hostile territory. So Florida A&M have Rattlers get ready to rattle because them Tigers, hey, it's tough up there. You like that? Then you got Alabama State and Alabama A&M, the Magic City Classic, one of the biggest classic games, well-attended games in the country when those two teams meet together over in Birmingham, Alabama. Pine Bluff will be going over to take on Jackson State. Alabama State versus Alcorn State, that's another game. Port City Classic, another game that they have down in Mobile, Alabama this year. Florida A&M versus Prairie View, a rematch of last year's SWAC championship game. Florida A&M will have to go on the road to Prairie View. You look at some other games, Jackson State and Alabama State. This should be a great one. Last year, Alabama State went to Jackson State's homecoming and upset them. A little payback from the year before when Deion Sanders and company went to Alabama State's homecoming and created that whole "you not SWAC, I'm SWAC." Remember that?
Iconic.
Woo!
Legendary.
I love it. Who ain't SWAC if I ain't SWAC?
We're going to be saying that for so long.
And then you're going to have Prairie View versus Alabama State. Then we're going to end this thing with Jackson State versus Alcorn State. Jackson State going over to Lorman, Mississippi. Florida A&M versus Bethune-Cookman. That time still has not been announced, but that is the Florida Classic, one of the most well-attended games over in Orlando, Florida. And then Tuskegee versus Alabama State as we get ready to prep for the SWAC championship football game, which will be December the 7th. And then when we come back after this break, we're going to talk about the Celebration Bowl before we close things out, because after you go through this gauntlet of schedules of watching them at home and attending them, somebody has to win the SWAC, and somebody has to then go represent the SWAC against the MEAC in the Celebration Bowl.
Aside from Homecoming and Bayou Classic, if those two already we know are going to be, everybody's going to be there.
Everybody
going to be there. What is going to be, you think, biggest game for Southern this year?
Whether home or away?
Yeah. Like highest anticipated or biggest impact, I guess.
I think the game, aside from Homecoming with Alcorn and the game with Grambling State, I think I match up with Florida A&M. Okay. Florida A&M won the SWAC last year, and everybody remember the A.W. Mumford Stadium.
Because we've been renewing this rivalry, this old school rivalry.
And we had an opportunity to beat them last year, and that was one of the controversies of Eric Dooley. He said they dropped
like you like payback. So you trying to get that payback.
Especially against teams we don't
get
like.
Back. You like my husband says, that get back. You trying to get that get back.
I need that get back.
You need that get back.
Jackson
I understand.
State, you on my list. Prairie View, I really let you slide, but you on my list.
I understand.
Florida A&M, you on my list.
I understand.
I got a list.
Yeah. No, it's get back season.
That's get back season.
Get back season. I
like
how that.
They need to put that on the schedule. Get back season.
If y'all like that, make sure y'all credit the Jaguar Journal. That's all I ask.
Get back season.
Get back season.
Let's get ready to take a break before we get back over here to you guys. All right. Stay tuned. More of the Jaguar Journal.
Watching the Southern University Human Jukebox. Click here to watch more videos, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal. All right, we are back. It is the Jaguar Journal. Good morning to everybody. Perry White, Brandi B. Harris.
Good morning. Happy Saturday to everybody.
Happy Saturday to everybody as we're getting this thing rocking and rolling. We're talking about some football, getting you ready. We'll be here before you know it. SWAC Media Day is right around the corner in Birmingham, Alabama in July. So, before you know it, I'll be updating this back here behind me. I know y'all like, why is that from last year? But, I gave a breakdown of last year. I'm waiting on SWAC Media Day. We'll update you and give you all the information you need to know about the teams heading into the fall this year. And one thing that you need to know about the teams as we head into the fall this year, of course, when you win the SWAC and when you win the MEAC, you go play in the Celebration Bowl. And this year, the Celebration Bowl, the dates have changed for the Celebration Bowl. It was typically after the SWAC championship, you had that 1 week break, and then it was the next week of the Celebration Bowl, and then you were able to go and play in that. But this year, the Celebration Bowl has changed this date. It will be kicked off starting on December the 14th this year. Normally, it's like the 21st, 20th, something like that. But then, you have a lot of people who are you got mixed emotions because now what this does, the SWAC champion will no longer have a week off to then prepare for the Celebration Bowl. As soon as that Celebration Bowl is over, you're now preparing. That SWAC championship game is over. You're now preparing for the Celebration Bowl. And one of the things that has been the conversation in the past about the Celebration Bowl is because the MEAC has so much time off. The MEAC plays this last game in the regular season the week before the Bayou Classic. So that's typically like the 23rd of November or whatever. So they have about at that time, they had about 3 to 4 weeks to rest and prepare leading up into the SWAC championship. When the SWAC's champion, everybody in the SWAC is done that same week, right? Except Southern and Grambling with the Bayou Classic and Alabama State with the Turkey Day Classic with whoever they is playing. So the mixed reviews that I've gotten from it is saying, well, you can't complain about it if you the SWAC because you sacrifice yourself due to not making Southern and Grambling move the Bayou Classic. If Southern and Grambling moved the Bayou Classic and forced Alabama State to move the Turkey Day Classic, you did all of that the week before, you can do the SWAC championship that weekend and then take that break. But we know one thing, and I don't care what nobody says, the Bayou Classic not going nowhere on those
Thanksgiving
days.
week, yeah.
And it's like, okay, are we selfish as Southern and Grambling to the rest of the conference to make that ours and say we will not move specifically because of what that game means to us?
I think the larger question is, how does this affect the student athletes? Because they don't get that time off to rest and recover so that they can perform their best. You know what I mean? That extra week or two. And then moving the Celebration Bowl up, if they have an opportunity to play in that's a gauntlet of a schedule.
Yeah.
And then let's say it's Southern. I'm looking at Southern schedule. I think their last bye week is the end of October or mid-November.
The last bye week is typically the week before Bayou Classic. So if you're Southern or Grambling and you make it to the Celebration Bowl, you're going 3 straight weeks with no break.
Yeah, their last bye week is, I'm staying corrected. It's the week before the Bayou Classic, November 23rd. So that gives them something, but still, the Bayou Classic, we all know, is something that it is important that they perform.
Southern and Grambling.
So that they perform well in that. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's one of the tough things because that has always kept the SWAC from having, before, sending someone to the FCS playoffs, particularly Southern or Grambling, in which had teams that Grambling in the early 2000s had some teams that really I thought could have performed well in the FCS playoffs with Doug Williams as the head coach and Bruce Eugene and a lot of those guys. But regardless of the fact, we are dedicated and locked in as 2 teams and 2 rivals for that big, huge event, which is an economic boost for the city of New Orleans. It is a payday for both schools, and it is a national treasure on television when you look at NBC Sports broadcasting that game. And so it means a lot. But for the rest of the SWAC, they're at home that weekend, right? Nothing going on. Alabama State has their game, typically with Tuskegee and whoever else for the Turkey Day Classic. But, it is what it is. It's just got to be that gauntlet. And that's for Southern and Grambling. Regardless if it's any other school, you still got 1 week off that week. You got a week to prepare for the SWAC championship. And does it give a competitive edge to the MEAC? Of course. They don't play a championship game. So regardless, you still have a championship game. And from the SWAC commissioner, Dr. Charles McClellan, he has absolutely put his foot down and said, there's no way, Jose, that we're ever going to drop that SWAC championship football game because of what it means for the revenue that is generated by the team that hosts it, along with the opportunity to play on championship weekend with the rest of the teams. When you have the ACC championship, the Big 12, the SEC, you are right there in the thick of things along playing yours. And whoever hosts that game gets to keep all of the proceeds, all of that money from those games, which is a very big incentive on why you want it. So you can get a payday from the SWAC championship game, then you win it if you host it, and then you go into the Celebration Bowl and get another payday. And from what I heard, Jackson State actually made more money from hosting the SWAC championship game than what they got in the payday from the Celebration Bowl.
Wow. So
let that resonate on how big that game. And I know Southern fans have been just waiting on both. Hosting a SWAC championship game at AWM, can you imagine?
Can you imagine? That's I'm thinking it in my head. I was literally in my mind going through stadiums where the SWAC championship was held in recent years, and how much I wish a Southern
versus Jackson State
in the SWAC championship
in Baton Rouge
on the Bluff.
Oh my God!
That's like another gauntlet of a day. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's it. And no matter who it is, I think Jaguar fans just want to host a championship
and
here
show people,
and bring it to the Bluff, and we the Jaguar Nation. That's the type of stuff. If you want to take this fandom to the next level, if you want to reignite the Jaguar Nation, those are the type of exciting things we need to happen. Beating the likes of the McNeese and the Nichols and winning the big game against the Alcorn State at homecoming when you got all the eyes on you, and going on the road and beating your Jackson States. Those are the things. And then you host the SWAC championship game, and then you go on, and then if it's anything else, the Southern fans want to go to the Celebration Bowl.
Yeah.
How is it the biggest game of it all, and we have not been there?
Right.
And I went to the first Celebration Bowl with Lenore's Footman and Alcorn State and Company when they took on North Carolina A&T and Tyreek Cohen, who, in my opinion, is in my time, the best black college football player I saw. Mm-hmm. I never seen nobody just take a game over completely by himself, and there was nothing Alcorn State could do about it. And Alcorn State's defense in 2015 was a pretty good defense. And then I went the next year when Grambling beat North Carolina Central in a hell of a game at the end. It's a Celebration Bowl, but North Carolina Central lost because of the celebration. After a touchdown, it pushed them back, and they ultimately missed the extra point. So Jaguar fans want to be a part of hosting a SWAC championship game.
They want to be in the mix.
I
think we have a theme now. It's Get Back season.
Use that. Don't forget that.
Yeah, we're gonna be using that.
You got that.
It's Get Back season.
You coined that today, and I love it.
We getting our Get Back this season.
Get back. I want it against everybody.
And I'm gonna keep track of the ones you named because we're gonna be.
Don't worry.
When we get that Get Back, and we're gonna call it the Get Back list.
The Get Back list.
The Get Back list
on my list. And you know who number one on that list? Jackson State.
Yeah.
We're coming to you, Jackson. All right. So want to thank you guys. Hey, if you're not doing anything today, over in Opelousas, the Summer Jam Battle of the Bands over in Opelousas starts at 6:00. Make sure you guys get over there and support our guy Justin Patterson. Great family event.
Thank you so much, Justin, and happy Father's Day to all the dads, uncles, grandpas, mentors, all of that out there. And, of course, happy Juneteenth to everybody out there as we celebrate Juneteenth and Father's Day weekend. It's a big time. Go up, grill it up, enjoy some time outside type of weekend. And make sure you stay hydrated because it's going to be very hot in South Louisiana.
That is it. And so be sure to go follow us on our Facebook page and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. We'd love to have you guys. And good morning to everybody out there listening. Alexandria, we'll be talking to you. I know you listen back on Sunday. And everybody on our YouTube channel, thank you for the comments and everything, the interaction with us. We love to have you. And for everybody, we'll be back next week at the same time in the same place. As always, it's the Jaguar Journal. What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal.